Thanks for tuning in again. We got a special guest, Rosie, over here, wanted to listen to one of our chapters. So, The Wild Robot, Chapter 50, The Button. Bright Bill was thinking about the small button on the back of his mother's head. His mother was thinking about it too. They couldn't stop wondering what would happen if the button was pressed. One day, they decided it was time to find out. Roz sat on the floor of the nest. Her son nervously stood on the stone behind her. "I'm ready when you are," said the robot. "Okay," said Bright Bill. "Here we go." Bright Bill took a deep breath. Click. Roz's body relaxed. Her quiet whirling slowly stopped. Her eyes faded to black. "Mama, can you hear me?" There was no answer. Bright Bill waddled around and looked at his mother's face. Her strange spark of life had gone out. The gosling had never felt more alone. He was ready to switch her back on. But what if she didn't wake up? What if she woke up different? The gosling was afraid to press the button. And he was afraid to not press the button. Bright Bill took a deep breath. Click. Roz's body tensed. Her quiet whirling slowly started. Her eyes began to grow. "Mama, can you hear me?" "Hello, I am Rosium Unit 7134, but you can call me Roz." The robot spoke these words automatically, in a language that Bright Bill didn't understand. His heart raced as his worst fears seemed to be coming true. But a moment later, her familiar voice returned, and the robot said the language of the animals. "Hello, son. How long was I out? It seemed like only an instant." You were out for a few minutes," said the gosling as he hugged his mother, "but it seemed like forever to me." Chapter 51. That was a scary chapter. I think I would be too afraid to press the button. Let me know down below if you would be brave enough to press the button. One more quick chapter. 51. The Autumn. The days were getting shorter and the air was getting crisper. And one morning, Roz walked out to find a layer of frost on the garden. Autumn had come to the island. The tree leaves, which had been green for the robot's entire life, turned yellow and orange and red. Then they let go of their branches and floated down to the ground, and the forest gradually filled with the sounds of creatures scurrying through dead leaves. Tree nuts were also falling, thunking onto roots and rocks, and occasionally clanging off a robot. The smell of flowers faded as the blossoms withered. All the rich scents and colors of the island were draining away. The animals were also changing. Furry animals were growing more fur. Feathery animals were growing more feathers. Scaly animals were starting to look for new homes. "Yerp, it's cooling off," croaked one frog to another. "Before long, time for sleeping." "Yerp, better start looking for a good hole," croaked the second frog. "Have you found one yet?" "Nah," croaked the first frog. "I'll look for a hole next week. For now, I'm going to enjoy the sun while it lasts. Yerp." Many of the island animals were already thinking about their winter hibernation. Frogs, bees, snakes, and even bears would soon disappear and spend the next few months resting out of sight. Adaptations. And then there were the birds. Some birds, like owls and woodpeckers, would spend the winter nesting and eating the island's few remaining edibles. But the migratory birds were preparing for the long journey south to their warm wintering grounds. Adaptations. And among the birds destined to leave were the geese. Thank you guys for stopping in again for Peter Brown's The Wild Robot. I look forward to seeing you guys again real soon. Be safe, stay inside. We'll get through this. See ya.